Alright, so back home, my grandma, she's 50% Irish or so. Confirmed my great grandpa, her father, was from mainland Ireland. So I grew up with a constant reminder that I don't know how it works out, but I'm at least a little bit Irish. So I'm never allowed to forget that. So she'd I go over to her house and she's like right across the street, so I'm always at her house. And she'd always sing her Irish songs and proverbs and poems. She had it memorized, but I couldn't repeat any if I tried. But I know what they are. So she would, whenever she taught, I'd ask her about these proverbs, she'd bring up this lighter that she was adamant that she owned. But whenever she would go to show me, it had been gone, and she claimed that my grandpa had lost it one day. Of course, it wasn't her fault. So I'm like, well, the thing has got to exist. How about I Google it and see if they still make them? And I did. And they do. But she ignored me completely and told me to go feed the horses. So yeah. And so she talked about the lighter constantly, and she would always quote this proverb. And she claimed it was her favorite one, and it's mostly because it was on the lighter. Mostly. Her father had given this to her for her wedding. To my grandpa. And so it was not only an important part of the whole Irish thing, but it was what her dad had given her, and since he's passed away now, it means even more, and she couldn't find it. She still claims it's in the house, but it's not. It's gone. It is long gone. So, and the lighter itself doesn't mean a whole lot to the culture, but it's literally just what's on the lighter, and because it's always something because it's on the lighter, but it's definitely a proverb, and it's no one is Irish, and I don't know how much better to say that, but it's an Irish thing. So it always reminds me and her and anybody who knows what proverb is of Irish. So, when I walk about, I'd always try and carry out these Irish values that my grandma had tried to teach me. And I don't know. One day I was at the gas station and they have these stacks of Zippo lighters sometimes. So there this one was. And I'm pretty sure that's the same one my grandma claimed she used to own, so I'll buy it for her and bring her back home. And I gave it to her, out of the box, took all the stickers off, and she's like, "Oh, you found my lighter, where was that?" I'm like, "No, Grammy, I bought this for you." And she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet, you didn't have to do that, I already own one of these." I'm like, "No, Grammy." But so we sat down and watched TV, and she was really happy, and within moments it was on Facebook. I was impressed. She got it on there quick. And of course she credited it to her Irish heritage, which you tell me. I don't know. So I guess back home I don't have a lot of things. When I think about my life, there's not a lot of things that say culture to me, except for my grandma and her Irish, for lack of a better way to say it. And so this is it. The lighter is not much except an embodiment of the stuff my grandma had always tried to give me when I was growing up. And so my grandma is the only thing in my life that kind of has any sort of culture that's everything changes all the time. This is the only thing that's really consistent, is boasting about her Irish culture. I don't know. Kind of cool thing, I guess, I don't have a whole lot. It's fun. So I guess I better read the proverb, huh? So it's may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. It's kind of a neat one, because it applies to a lighter, which is held in the palm of your hand. but it's also God and Irish. Perfect, I think. If you like that whole circle. It's fun stuff.